Good morning, Miramar, and welcome to the show. I'm your host, Tamara G. Don't forget, check us out on all of our social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at City of Miramar. We all know it's right here in Miramar, and right here with us this morning is our very own Commissioner Alexandra P. Davis. Welcome to the show again. It's been a while since I've seen you.
Yes, Tamara, it's really great to be here on this occasion to talk about another exciting event that we're having over a series of Saturdays.
Right. And that is Guns for Funds. So tell us about this, Commissioner Davis, and that, you started this initiative way back in 2013, correct?
Yes. In fact, in 2013, I decided to partner with the police and, in an effort to get some unwanted guns off the street. So it was a gun buyback. We've now coined it as Guns for Funds. But back then we were successful. We did an event 3 consecutive Saturdays in the western section of the community, in the central and in the eastern portions, where we were able to safely take guns, unwanted guns off the street. And since then, we've had several other events, the last one being in 2019, we were able to take over up to 100 guns off the street. So we really encourage folk that if you have your guns, and you want to dispose of them safely, you can remain anonymous, and we will take them from you over the series of Saturdays, starting this Saturday, April 10th.
All right, sounds good. And we're going to get in. We just had Assistant Chief Leonard Burgess join us. We're going to get him in just a minute. But I wanted to know, why was this so important for you, Commissioner Davis? Because again, as you said, you started it in 2013. We're now doing it in 2021. Why is this so important to get these guns off the streets of Miramar?
Well, anything that we can do to make sure that guns are not in the hands of those who would want to do us harm. Many times, for example, you may have guns in your home. Maybe it's a loved one's gun who no longer lives with you. They left it there. And rather than, if somebody, God forbid, breaks in and takes the gun and uses it for bad purposes, we would rather have them off the street. And anything that we can do to lessen the number of guns on the street that could cause harm, that's what I wanted to do back then, and I still have that desire to ensure that guns are safely disposed of and not in the wrong hands.
Right. And when you say Guns for Funds, what will people receive if they turn in a gun?
Right, so it's a gift card, and for example, each handgun, they will receive up to $100 for each handgun, depending on the state of the gun. And then for each assault rifle and shotgun, it's up to $150. And I know one year we had one guy bringing about 8 long guns. I mean, the guy raked up some good money.
Right, so you get that for everyone you bring in.
Yes, everyone that you bring in. And so it's something that, especially now in these hard times, folks, if they need some money or some cash or some gift cards, which is what we're giving, it's a good opportunity to turn those in for funds.
Okay, we see that Chief Burgess is having some technical difficulties, so they'll get that fixed. But tell us about those 3 locations. I know that and that is so smart too, to be in all 3 sections of Miramar. So tell us about those locations.
Yes, of course, because Miramar is so linear, we wanted to make sure it was easy and available, the locations for our residents. So the first location is going to be this Saturday, April 10th. It's going to be, again, they're all churches, so people can feel less intimidated going to a house of worship. And so this place is in our western section called Calvary Fellowship. Calvary Fellowship, Saturday, April 10th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The location is 2951 Southwest 186th Avenue, and that's 33029 in Miramar. Following that, the following Saturday, we'll be in our central location, and this is going to be at St. Bartholomew's Catholic Church, located at 8005 Miramar Parkway, and that's 33025 in Miramar. Saturday, April 17th, again from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then our final location, and this one is so close to our neighboring City West Park, I'd asked Commissioner Joy B. Smith to join me in promoting this event. and also with Broward Sheriff's Office. So this is going to be at St. Stephen's Catholic Church, 2000 South State Road 7, again, Miramar, Florida, and that's 33023, Saturday, April 24th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
And you know what? That brings about a good question, Commissioner Davis. Does it have to just be Miramar residents, or could it be anyone who wants to turn in a gun?
Right. And so, yes, anyone who wants to turn in a gun, we've actually partnered also with Crime Stoppers, who has funded this event. They've given us the opportunity to buy these gift cards and hand them out with their donation. And so anybody who wants to turn in a gun, doesn't have to be from Miramar, can come to any of these locations and get a gift card from us as well. So yes, you don't have to live in Miramar to participate.
Okay, so again, those locations on the 10th, that is this coming Saturday at Calvary Fellowship from 10 to 2 p.m., 2951 Southwest 186th Ave, that is West Miramar. And then you have on the 17th, St. Bartholomew's, 8005 Miramar Parkway, again from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And on the 24th, you have St. Stephen's at 2000 South State Road 7, and you're doing that in conjunction with West Park. So thank our neighbors, West Park, for joining us there. I wanted to ask this question to Commissioner Davis. So I'm going to get rid of a gun. I don't know how this gun got in my house. I don't want to know how this gun got in my house. I'm going to take it to one of these locations. I'm going to give it to you. Does that mean that you're going to need to know my name, my phone number, my email address, my social security? Are you going to ask any of those questions?
All right, so I'm going to allow our Assistant Chief Burgess to answer that question. It seems like he's on the line now.
Hi, Chief Burgess.
What happens when they show up to the location with their gun, and take it from here.
Well, good afternoon, Commissioner. Sorry for the delays and technical difficulties. Hello, Tamara G. Long time no see.
Long time no see.
I'm sweating a little bit, though. I ain't gonna tell you what I'm sweating about. Sorry, Commissioner.
It's okay.
I'll just simply say this. I'm watching, and I seen a commissioner talking, and I said, by the time I get connected, she probably covered it all. So we, and she got it down since she's been doing this since 2012. So I don't know how far to go back. So I'll just go simply, no. The whole idea is if I leave my house, I got a gun, I want to go ahead and return it and get some type of funds for it. Safely, I'll put it in the back of my seat, or more importantly, in the back trunk of my vehicle. I would drive to the location, there'll be a tent. Everybody will recognize that the gun is in the trunk. We'll tell the person to open up the trunk, or the keys, we'll open it, we will remove the gun. The person never gets out of the car, no information, remain anonymous. We go ahead and take the gun, depending on the type of a rifle or the caliber or the conditions, if it's operable or not. And then at that point, we'll provide the funds or the gift cards along the way, and they will leave.
Okay. And so with that, Chief Burgess, why is that so important that you guys are not asking those questions?
The most significant part here is that we're trying to remove as many guns off the street. We don't want the hesitation of someone thinking possibly, or the perception as they come there, that because when you go there, there will be several officers there. The majority of all those are from the training. They're the ones that bring down the weapons. They are armorers along the way. So we want to overemphasize that part. We just want the weapon. Once we make that so-called perception or feeling that there's going to be more questions and follow-up and everything else, then we defeated the purpose of having a so-called gun buyback. So we're trying to bring the trust factor involved as well. And also, like I'm sure the commissioner mentioned, it was the last one was 2019, where 98 weapons were taken off the street. I think the commissioner would agree, and we could have taken 298 weapons off the street, would be successful. So that's the whole emphasis and importance of it. And right now, there is a slight increase in so-called the gunshot fire that is occurring. And those type of incidents, there is an increasing trend, not necessarily in the case of crime where the shootings on cars and people getting hit or injured, but it's just the amount of gunshot fire that is occurring. So we're just trying to eliminate those weapons out of the hands of those that may cause harm, and even those that are accidentally, that something may happen of it. So it's going to definitely create a more safer environment. And we just want the public to ensure our trust that that's what we're there for. Plus, the amount of gift cards that we have, we're going to be pretty healthy, Commissioner, as well as those of the residents that are out there, to provide the necessary amount and to keep coming back with as many guns. So the whole safety factor is of significant importance right now, in the trust that we want to continue with our community. So.
Right. And so we do want to stress that. I mean, if you have more than one gun, you can definitely bring it. If you have 10, you can bring them if you want to get rid of them. I wanted to ask this question of you, Chief Burgess. You know, we just finished our census last year, and the city of Miramar, depending on who you ask right now, we're about 135,000 to 140,000. With the new census, we're looking at possibly being about 150 to 160. How is that going to affect crime in Miramar? Because Miramar is known as a, you know, pretty safe haven. It's a pretty safe place to live in South Florida.
Excellent question. I'll simply, and the commissioner, I'd like to state, just talk about the facts. So if we went back and we received information back in the year 2000, we had 122,000 was our population. And at that time, we had average at the end of the year, the amount of crimes was around 3,100, 3,200. Okay. Then at 20, so that's 2000. So when you go up to 2010, that increased to, we're actually, let me go back. 2010 is where it was actually 122,000, and now in 2020 it was 142,000. The point is, over the last 5 years, despite the increase of population, the last 5 years, our crime has reduced. It's a continuous reduction in crime. Numerous variable factors. I could be here for 30 minutes and tell you the majority, I would say, it's the citizens that are stepping up to the plate, the constituents that are sharing some excellent information. But last year, the end of 2020, when we compiled all the Part 1 crimes, it came up to 1,767. That is the lowest amount of crimes in the city of Miramar going back the last 25 years.
That's amazing, Chief Burgess. So with a population of 135 to 40, who, you know, we're guessing we only had about 1,300 crimes. That's amazing. Yeah,
it was so less than 1,800. Now, there'll be like, one would say right off the top, well, hey, it was COVID. So I'm ready for that question.
Okay.
So
okay,
you go
was
back.
It because of COVID?
Oh, yeah. Well, there's a lot of smart people on this phone call, Deborah.
Right.
I don't think I'm the smartest one on here, so I got to come correct. And so going back those 25 years, if we went back to 2019, that was the second lowest amount of crimes. And going back to 2018, it was the third lowest amount of crimes at the end of the year, going back to the last 25 years. So we've been very blessed with the amount, and I can share it, but we've been very blessed over the last 5 years in that continuous reduction in crime. Interestingly enough, even though the population is going up, even though the economic development is going up, but I think we're working a lot smarter right now with the resources that you have. It's challenging times right now with staffing. It's challenging times right now, but we're trying to use as much technology, try to be as much proactive. Like I said, the commissioners, and particularly Commissioner Davis, has been very beneficial in the sense when it comes down to body-worn cameras, which has really helped us close a lot of cases, a lot of officer safety issues, but also the technology and advances that have been mentioned by the commission and city manager that will be rolling out in the near future. So it's just been a great combination of the multitude of the surrounding agencies and amount of people we have on task force that is coming on board. But the citizens has really, really stepped up with the amount of anonymous calls, complaints, concerns, and just it's actually like free surveillance that we have out there.
Well,
so
good.
I highly encourage citizens.
We're a very neighborly city. City of Miramar is a very neighborly city, so we're looking out for our neighbors. So tell us once again, Commissioner Davis, if people want more information on how they can get this $100 for handguns and $150 for automatic weapons or rifles, how can they get more information on when these three events will be held, the Guns for Funds?
Well, we have a phone number. You can call 954-602-4000. Once again, 954-602-4000, or you can go on the Miramar PD website, which is MiramarPD.org, and further get your information on the dates in question. So MiramarPD.org or 954-602-4000, you'll get all the information you need about our gun buyback program throughout the month of April.
All right, sounds good. So again, it starts this Saturday, April 10th, from 10 to 2 at Calvary Fellowship. That is on Southwest 186th Avenue, St. Bartholomew's on the 17th. That's 808 8005 Miramar Parkway, and then on the 24th at St. Stephen's, which is 2000 South State Road 7. So we definitely encourage people to bring their guns out, no questions asked, put it in your trunk. And as soon as you drive up, the police will take it out of the trunk and they will give you your gift card and you can go on your merry little way.
There you go.
Exactly. So thank you very much, Commissioner Alexandra P. Davis. Thank you very much, Assistant Chief Leonard Burgess. We certainly appreciate you guys coming here today. And again, for more information, go to MiramarPD.org or you can call 954-602-4000. Thank you all so much for being here.
Thank you. Have a pleasant day.
Thank you as well. Have a great day.
Well, good morning, Miramar, and welcome back to the show. I'm Tamara G., your host. Don't forget, you can check us out on all of our social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at City of Miramar. That's spelled Miramar. And we all know it's right here in Miramar, but sometimes we have to go out of our comfort zone at home and go visit one of our neighbors. We are now talking to Nushelle Hastings. She is the lead organizer of the Davie Jazz Society and also strategic planner for the Davie Jazz Festival. So welcome, neighbor. How are you?
Thank you, neighbor. I'm doing well. Good neighbor you are.
Listen, we help and we hope that we can be a part of whatever is great in South Florida. And this sounds like something great. First of all, Nushelle, people didn't even know that Davie or that South Florida had a Davie Jazz Society. Tell us about it.
So it actually launched in 2018, and that's the reaction that we get on the street. That literally is the reaction. I want to say I remember when we launched, and we'll get into that, but when we launched at a it was a town hall for the chamber. And you would have thought that Jennifer Lopez or someone had entered the room because everybody was like, what? They were coming in the back wanting to shake hands. At that time, Zeta Steglitz-Ross, who is the Jazz Festival producer, we unveiled together. We did our logo and the horse and everything. It was phenomenal. It was like, a what? So yes, it's gotten quite a lot of attention.
Okay. And so in the 3 years, pandemic notwithstanding, in the 3 years, the Davie Jazz Society does many different things in the community. Tell us a little bit about what are some of the things you do besides throw great concerts.
So yes, when people want to differentiate between the festival and the society, we are the outreach portion of the festival. So each year we have a festival and that culminates and celebrates the work that we do 365 days of the year. There is something to do for humanity, and Davie Jazz Society, we are boots on the ground getting it done.
I love the fact that you guys do go back into the community. You work with seniors, you also work with children, and just teaching them about, having a love for jazz, the lost art form.
Yes. So recently, before the pandemic, we were asked by the Boys and Girls Club to come in and give them mentors. The Davie Jazz Society is a sub part of the Greater Orlando Cares, of National Cares Mentoring, a movement which started by Susan Taylor, editor emeritus of Essence Magazine. But because of that, we were privy to data and statistics for children with special needs, children with learning disabilities, and children that was just learning under the bar. So that came on our radar about 7 years ago when I lived in Central Florida. And we started something called Music and Mentoring, because we learned that music helps stimulate the brain waves and it can tell you the capacity of a child's learning ability. So we started Music and Mentoring, allowing and being blessed actually to work with one of the top pediatric neurosurgeons in the state of Florida, Dr. Keeney Johnson. And we were able to find out what stimulated these children and then utilize the data to go back and help teach them. So remember back in Sesame Street, we just gave them that. Yes.
Yeah, you remember.
So we gave them rhythm. We gave them what they're used to. We gave them what is a natural ability, a natural innate ability, and matched it with the results from their MRIs, and we just helped them start learning. So that's been a big component of what we do. And we started that for the Boys and Girls Club here, but of course the pandemic hit, so we haven't had that opportunity to pair them with mentors. We had some lined up from Dillard. Now they've graduated, so we'll have to get some others once society starts opening up again. But yes, that's a happy
Yes.
place.
That's amazing. If you're just tuning in to us, we have Nichelle Hastings, the lead organizer of the Davie Jazz Society, as well as the strategic planner for the Davie Jazz Festival, which, by the way, I am going to be involved in for the next year and a half. I'm so excited that you all asked me to be a part of it. And thank you for that as honorary chair, because I love all music. Being in radio and working in radio for so many years, I love all types of music, and jazz is one of my favorites. So thank you all. But you all are also working on something coming up on April 30th that is very, very important, and that's even more immediate.
Oh my gosh. So you just kind of gave me chills. I want to say first, thank you for being a fixture in South Florida.
Thank you.
Coming out of Central Florida, each area has their own segment of PBS and different programming. And when I came down, I did not make the correlation that you were the Tamara G that we watch, because my husband loves it, and the Tamara G that I came to know. I was like, oh my God, I know a celebrity. He's like,
stop it.
she's one and the same.
And you know what? I appreciate you saying that, because I don't usually bring that up. Somebody else brings up or says that I'm the Tamara G from radio or the Tamara G from PBS. When I meet you, I'm just Tamara. Hi,
Yeah,
I'm
but you're
Tamara.
so humble. But you know what it is? It's what you see on TV is what you feel when we meet you. You know what I'm saying? We see you on our box, but then when we meet you, we feel, yeah, that lady's sincere. She's amazing. So we are excited to have you as our honorary chair. And what makes it so special about April 30th and why I got the chills is because we have our first in-person event since
In more than a year. It's been more than a year
Yes,
since this has happened.
exactly. Right. So we've been doing virtual pop-up, servicing the entire community. We have not had a break, but it's a blessing to be able to present what we're going to do on April 30th as a part and under the umbrella of the International Jazz Day and the Herbie Hancock Institute, which we are proudly and pleased, we are endorsed by them. This would be our 6th year, because as I said, we started back in Central Florida, but we're doing candlelight jazz.
Stop it. Wait, let me write this down right now. April 30th.
Jazz. Yes.
And what time is that and where?
So 8 p.m., right? The reason why we have to do it at 8 p.m. is because we've been gauging the sunlight and the sunset. And if you look, 7:36, it's still sunny outside.
Exactly.
So, but then it starts to go down. And as it starts to go down, so are we. We're going down in a way that history will never forget. We're going to celebrate those who have been relentless, working, the essential workers, the teachers, the mothers that have been overwhelmed with being a dual professional, a mother by day, a teacher by day, a wife by night. Oh, we got you covered.
Okay.
And we're going to honor those who we've lost throughout the pandemic. So it's going to be candlelight jazz inside of Flamingo Gardens.
Which is beautiful for people who have not been to Flamingo Gardens. It's on Flamingo Road and in Davie, just north of Griffin Road, between Griffin and 595. So beautiful spot. We're going to be socially distanced.
Yes, ma'am.
You can be there because it's gardens. So
yes, ma'am.
Socially distanced.
Tell them again, it's going to be socially distanced. We've walked the grounds, we've walked it out, square footage. In my trade, in my industry, I'm used to walking and getting the square footage and the circumference of things. And so we have mapped this out. We've taken our time. We have a choir. Here's what I want to talk about. We have a choir that's going to perform. There are several ordinances that we learned. So we're going to downplay the choir a little bit by the size, the magnitude, so that we can properly spread out on the
Okay.
lawn.
Mhm.
And we're going to sing a song that we have arranged, but we're going to have classical dance. We're going to have violinists. We're going to have bassists. We're going to have jazz artists. That the Davie Jazz Society, let me tell you, we have some singing, performing people inside of it. We've been doing pop-up jazz. Now we're getting ready to come to you live and in color.
On International Jazz Day, and that's April 30th at 8 p.m. at Flamingo Gardens. So people should bring their own chairs.
Nope, we're going to supply all white chairs, so everything's going to be white.
Okay,
Right? We're
everything's
going to
gonna be
have
white.
white lights streaming from the trees, white lights coming up from the ground, all white chairs, white dancers in their chiffon. Everything is going to be white to illuminate hope and to give that feeling that will be so unforgettable. When you leave, you're going to know that you have experienced candlelight jazz presented by the Davie Jazz Society.
And let me tell you, that sounds like a great date night. It sounds like a great place to take the kids on a Friday night. It's the best part about it, and we haven't even mentioned this yet, is that word that we love, FREE.
Yes, it is. It is. It is. Some people have given us feedback, and so we put that you can give a donation. We don't want to ask for anything crazy. You can give a donation of $20 once you come, so you don't have to break change. You know, we don't have to exchange money like that. If you want to give to the work that we do 365 days of the year, come on out. That's the donation if you want to, but it's not mandated. As Tamara said, it is FREE.
That's one of my favorite words. Okay. So now if people want to join the choir, because you are still looking for people to join in, it's going to be, like you said, a small choir. It's not going to be, 500 people out there, but you want to find people that really want to be a part of this, who really want to give back and to honor all of the first responders, the teachers, the people that we've lost this year. How can people get in touch with you? If there's a choir out there, there may be a church choir or a neighborhood choir or a school choir that wants to get involved.
Okay, so first I want to mention, as you said, we're going to parlay down the participants for the garden. However, we will do a reprise at a later date when the world has opened up and we can have everybody to sing, right? But for this particular night, if you want to be involved, we're going to give you a phone number. You don't even have to go through the efforts of emailing. Let me give you a phone number where you can text and leave a message. 407, remember we're from Central Florida originally, 407-434-1871. That is 407-434-1871. Or if you just want to email, that's fine too. We'll take that. I wake up all time tonight to answer. Davie Jazz Fest. That is DAVIEJAZZ Fest. F as in Frank, E, S as in Sam, T @gmail.com. So it's not Davie Jazz Festival, Davie Jazz Fest @gmail.com.
Excellent. Well, we are hoping that if there is a choir out there, if there are, and if you're just a group of people, if you're a doo-wop group, if you want to sing, then please give Nushelle a call, 407-434-1871. That number again is 407-434-1871, or you can always send an email to DavieJazzFest@gmail.com, DavieJazzFest@gmail.com. But whatever you do, mark your calendars for April 30th, 8 p.m. at Flamingo Gardens in Davie, right there just north of Griffin Road, between Griffin and 595 on Flamingo Road. I'm going to be there. I'm looking forward to it. I think I'm going to have my friend Julie Guy join me at this event too. So yeah, so those two girls in the morning will be in the evening. How about that?
In the evening,
How about
not
that?
sleeping.
Exactly. So thank you so much, Nushelle Hastings, the lead organizer of the Davie Jazz Society and also the strategic planner for the Davie Jazz Festival. We look forward to having you on again when all of the acts will be announced for next year's Jazz Fest. We're going to have you on for that. And anything else, you are more than welcome to come back to Miramar. And we would love for our people in Miramar to get involved. So again, 407-434-1871, or email DavieJazzFest flamingo.gmail.com. But the event is on April 30th. It's a Friday night, 8 p.m. at Flamingo Gardens International Jazz Day. And we hope that Miramar residents will get involved and go and see our neighbors in Davie.
We love our neighbors.
Yes, we do. Straight up Flamingo Road. It's straight up Flamingo Road.
Yes, yes.
Thank you so much, Nichelle Hastings. And
Thank you for
watching
having us.
Good Morning Miramar. Thank you. We'll have you back again.